Hi there, it's Lisa from MindfulBIZ.com. A couple of weeks ago, Megan featured my guest post on how to put your business plan into action on your website. As a part of that post, I offered a giveaway of a website assessment to one lucky winner, and that winner is David of dacustomframes.com. Before I jump into the review, I want to first say a big thank you to everyone who entered the contest. I know it takes guts to put yourself out there for a public critique. I've emailed each of you a copy of my report, 5 Critical Website Mistakes and How to Fix Them. Normally it's only available to people who've signed up for my mailing list, but I wanted to send you a copy as a small token of my appreciation for participating in the contest. So now let's go over to dacustomframes.com. When people come to a website, they make an instant judgment about whether or not they're likely to find what they're looking for. And if the answer is yes, they'll stay and explore. Otherwise, they'll leave. And I call this the 5-second test. So as a potential customer, David, you've caught my eye and attention, and I feel like I'm going to be able to find what I'm looking for. And I can see straight away that this site is all about shopping. There's a view cart button, and the steps across the top, select style, select color, select size, makes it seem very easy to purchase a custom frame. I can also shop by style, and you've made good use of really beautiful photography as well as text. And also I can shop by color. At this point I have 2 main questions, cost and shipping. Your frames look to be excellent quality, and I might assume that they're expensive, especially if I have the belief that anything custom is expensive. But I notice if I scroll down that you've been positioning your brand as being affordable. So I would recommend that you move this blurb up higher where people are going to be able to see it, and either put it right in here or adjust your header to be able to fit in more of a tagline. I think that blurb is a little bit wordy and you could edit it quite a bit. You might want to shorten it to say, just briefly, high quality, handmade, hand-finished picture frames at affordable prices. Every frame is handmade in the USA and can be customized to any size. So if we just go back down to this blurb again, I find it that the font that you've chosen to use to be quite difficult to read, so I would suggest that you change that to use the other font that you've got for just simple text on your website. And now I am looking at this now in Firefox, but I noticed earlier when I was looking at your site in Safari that you had used a really cool typewriter font that looked really nice. So you might want to explore why it's not coming up in Firefox. So when you're moving this blurb up, what I'd really like you to do for sure is to remove this link to your Etsy shop, because if you click it, it takes potential customers away from your website. And if they're not familiar with Etsy, then they're going to be really confused. And if they are familiar with Etsy, there's a potential that you're going to lose them. They may suddenly remember that they need to get a baby gift for their cousin, and then they're off and exploring other shops on Etsy. So you don't want to be sending people away from your website. The other problem that I noticed is that there's a couple of feedback on the page here that mentions that the glass broke during shipping. So this is the sort of information that you don't really want to highlight. And you know, accidents happen, and I'm sure that your customer service, you took care of that right away, so I'm not concerned about that. But basically, you don't want to be giving people something to worry about that probably they hadn't even thought of before. So So we'll go back to your website, and if I scroll down here, I really like how you have this customer feedback testimonial section. I would recommend though that you set it up a bit differently, because right now it seems to be some sort of automatic feed that comes through your Etsy shop, and I'd like to see you have more control over which testimonials you decide to include on your website. The other potential issue is that a lot of people may not even see this, and so you may want to include, in addition, another link here to testimonials or praise page, where you could include all of the feedback. So the other question that I have at this point is, do you ship to me? Now, I've noticed down here you've got $10 flat rate shipping, which is good to know, but it doesn't tell me if you ship to Canada, where I happen to be located, or other countries in the world, or even, quite frankly, where you're located. And even here, you don't say where you're located, and if that shipping offer, the flat rate shipping, if that applies just within the United States, or if that is for anywhere in the world. So that's something that you definitely need to address. So let's now go shopping for a custom frame to explore the customer shopping experience. So I'm going to look at these Cove frames. I'm interested in one in white, and I need a custom size for a piece of artwork that doesn't fit the standard sizes. So I'm just going to go down here, and I can easily change the height and width, and you'll notice each time I do this the price changes, and so it's very easy to see exactly what I'm getting, and you've even included sizing tips in case I'm not sure about what size I need. So it all feels very easy. You've got photos of your picture frames, including even a profile of with the dimensions, and really all I need to do is add to cart. Now, I just wanted to mention that your add to cart and view cart buttons, which are your primary call to actions, are very subdued in color. So I would recommend that you change that to a bright color so it's very clear. So now we're going to take a quick peek at your About page, because this is an opportunity to really connect with potential customers and share your story. And the About page is typically the second most visited page on a website. Now, I read through your content, David, and I must confess that it didn't really engage me. I think you need to refocus on what's in it for me as a customer and why I should buy from you, and share more of your story. Why are you so passionate about making custom frames? What's the process that you go through? Which I noticed you do have a bit on your FAQ page that you could pull into your About page. Basically, you want to make me feel that you get me and that you have what I'm looking for. So far, I've been looking at your site from the perspective of a potential customer, and now I want to switch to look for evidence that you're putting your business plan into action on your website. First of all, I can see that you've put some effort into search engine optimization. You've got keywords in your titles, for example. You've got a blog here, and if I scroll down, I can see that you're using social media, and also you've got a newsletter. And the other thing I noticed is that you have Google Analytics installed, so you can track your website visitors. You can see what they're interested in on your site, and start to get ideas about what's working and what is not working. Now, in terms of marketing, and just in general, my philosophy is to figure out what is working and then make it work even better. So I asked you, David, which marketing strategy works best for you? You said that your newsletter is your #1 marketing strategy that results in trackable sales. And I have to confess I was secretly thrilled to hear this answer, because I'm a big believer that people who join a mailing list are much more likely to buy something from you in the future. So let's take a look at how you can encourage more people to sign up for your newsletter. Now, first of all, I'm guessing that a lot of potential customers miss your newsletter sign up altogether because it's way down here below the fold. And what this means is that people have to scroll down in order to see it. So I'd like to see you move your newsletter sign up, or have another sign up here on your sidebar. You could move the view to cart up higher and then put your newsletter sign up box right here. Now, I did go ahead and clicked on this, and I subscribed to your newsletter just to see what would happen. And first of all, this box pops up, but what I noticed right away is that I had some questions. I didn't really know exactly what I was signing up for. So I think that you will see a huge increase in newsletter signups if you describe what people can expect, and if you offer a carrot, something of significance that they'll get in exchange for giving you their email address. And I'd also like to know how frequently I can expect to hear from you, and just basically what's in it for me. You could test different carrots to see what works best. For example, you could offer a promo code to save 25% off your first purchase, or get free shipping with your first order. People could get entered into a monthly draw. You could even create a report with information relevant to your people, such as how to hang artwork, maybe include inspirational ideas for decorating with framed artwork, that sort of thing. But at a bare minimum, I would definitely add a blurb that it just informs people that they're going to be the first to know about new frames and get exclusive offers. So once I signed up, a short time later I got a follow-up email from you, and I noticed the reply was from Webmaster. So I'd recommend changing that to your name so that it's a lot more personal. And you could also make use of your signature in your email and invite people to connect with you on Facebook or Twitter. Now, one thing that made me feel a little bit weird was that in that welcome email, it said that I needed to email you to ask to be unsubscribed if I wanted to leave your list in the future. I strongly suggest that you go pro with your newsletter, since it is your main #1 marketing strategy, and switch over to a mailing list service like Aweber that has an autoresponder. This means that whenever someone joins, they're automatically sent a welcome email and even subsequent follow-up emails. And you can also track who clicks on what links in your newsletter, and it handles unsubscribes automatically. If you do decide, David, to put your newsletter sign up in a box in the sidebar, one great thing about that is that it will show up on every page on your website. And in addition to that, you could even add a invitation to sign up to your mailing list on your About page. Again, it's one of the most frequently visited pages on your website, and so it's the perfect place for a call to action like signing up for your newsletter. With that, I'll wrap up this website assessment. I hope you found it helpful, not only for you, David, but for everyone else who is watching. I hope you've got some takeaways that you can apply to your own websites. And thank you very much, David, for participating in this review, and thanks, Megan, for posting it.